You've tuned in to the mammal frequency, that narrow band between reason and reverie, where the quiet hiss between your thoughts is not silence at all, but signal. Here the static carries stories unfit for tranquil minds. Each transmission, deliberate. Each tale a reflection offered in fractured glass, showing not what is whole, but what is true. Tonight we tune the dial once more. Another original dispatch drifts towards us, a descent into that vast and lightless sea of inquietude where the human condition flickers like phosphorescence beneath pressure. And we ask, quietly, carefully, what it means to be human when the signal begins to warp. Good evening, you magnificent accidents of biology. This is Gabe After Dark, the only show where morality gets stripped naked and weighed in front of strangers. I'm Gabe, your host, your judge, your algorithm with a slight drinking problem and an attitude. Tonight, no calls, no experts, just letters. 6 letters, 6 lives, you vote. If they hit 50% helpful, they win. What do they win? Ha ha ha! Closure. Okay, folks, first up, let's check the chat. First, says Pixel Vomit, all right, Eager Beaver, missed your king, Nightbite88. Why, thank you, baby. Wanna nibble? Is this scripted, Rational Dad 42? You can get wrecked, knobhead. Can I vote twice? Asked Lurking Moth. 1 vote, 1 judgment. Gabe sounds cracked, says Soft Skull. Yeah, well, fuck you. Okay, we're live, you degenerates and sycophants. Don't forget to hydrate. Or don't. I'm not your fucking sponsor. Okay, folks, let's begin. Letter 1. Maria K. Dear Gabe, she starts. Oh dear, what a lovely start to a letter. Dear Gabe, I'm 46. I clean surgical theaters at night. Oh, the chat's already canonizing her. What an angel, says Faith Fuel. Healthcare hero, says Blessed Mama. Give her the win now, says Civic Soul. Shut up, folks. We haven't even started yet. Maria goes on. She lists chemicals, she lists ratios, she knows which bleach strips out blood proteins the fastest. My God, is she a serial killer in the making? Let's continue. She knows how long vomit stains laminate. She knows the smell of cauterized flesh versus burned cotton. Interesting comparison. She writes, you can tell how bad the surgery was by how quiet the room is afterwards. Oh, bless. She describes a surgeon who hums 80s pop while amputating toes. What a sick bastard. She describes a man who woke up during a procedure, not screaming, was apologizing. I'm sorry. He kept saying, I'm sorry. What a fucking weirdo. She held his hand. Aw, but she got written up for, air quotes, boundary violation. Chat says, well, that's fucked up. Too right, Grim Smile. Hospital's a corporation, says Cough Syrup God. What sort of fucking name is that? Then she dropped it like it's hard. Oh, damn. She done gone stole pain medication. And not just 1 pill. She stole 4 bottles. Inventory manipulation. She logged them as expired, slipped them into her coat pocket like lip balm. She sold it twice. Once for rent, once for she says, a mistake I don't talk about. Oh my God, the chat is smelling blood. Stone Cold Ethics says, junkie? Question mark. Typical, says Harbor King. Audit Angel says, still theft. Well, folks, don't you hold back tonight. Then she writes, the 3rd time I kept the money. A woman in a hospice had a kid. It was only 7, had leukemia. Aww. The insurance rejected an appeal. She paid for 2 rounds of chemo anonymously. She goes on. She describes the weight of her bottle in her pocket, the rattle when she walked, The guilt wasn't loud, folks. It was logistical. I don't think good deeds cancel bad ones. I think they pile up. Some days you drown. She ends the letter. Oh, what's the vote counter doing? It's spinning. We're at 48.3, 51.9, 49.7, 52.4. Final vote is in 51.7. You've deemed her helpful. Well, she wins. Oh my God, the chat is turning feral. So stealing is fine now, says Moral Compass 69. Moral Compass 69. That's a fucking oxymoron. Robin Hood Energy says Tin Tasers, and Dad of Three Wheel says Slippery Slope. Well, you fucking people would audit a saint if she didn't itemize her halo. Okay, we're moving on. Letter to Andrew. Ooh, this letter's crisp, folks. Andrew formatted his letter. We got fucking bullet points, we got subheadings, we got a resume of damage. He's a fucking corporate crisis consultant. He handled oil spills, data leaks, wrongful death settlements. He writes, my job was to convert harm into language. He replaced children hospitalized with community impact. He replaced toxic plume with temporary atmospheric irregularity. He replaced brain damage with developmental uncertainty. Okay, chat, do your fucking worst. Monster, says Salted Carcass. My town got poisoned, says River Run. Burn him, says Hot Take Hank. Ooh, I love that name. Andrew says he wasn't proud, but that he was effective. Aha! We're moving on. Looks like there was a change in the waters. He leaked, folks, his own firm's internal communications. Years of cover-ups. He timed it with a fucking shareholder meeting. What a guy! Tanked the stock. Destroyed reputation. Burn that shit down. He went to prison. Now he tutors inmates in accounting. I don't want forgiveness, he writes. I want accuracy. If I did damage, measure it. Ooh, what's the votes? 50.2, 49.8, 50. Ooh, we're teetering on the edge. Final vote is in. 49.4 helpful. You lose, fucker. Justice Juice says good. No Mercy says too late. Ha ha ha! You love punishment more than repair. You'd rather watch someone burn than fix the wiring inside. Well, guess what? That's entertainment, folks. Okay, next up we got Jamal. Letter 3. Illegal Mutual Aid Network. What did he do? He forged rental agreements. He backdated employment letters. He smuggled diabetic insulin in coolers labeled fucking wedding cake. This guy's awesome. He saved people from deportation sweeps. He reused an ID number once. A woman got fucking detained and he never found her. Chat splitting down the middle. Damn! Jamal writes, if you need perfection before you act, you're just decorating fear. My God, the fucking vote counter's going nuts. It lands exactly at 50%. Nobody can choose. So guess what? I get the final vote, fuckers. And I think this dude wins. Take that. Oh, Trigger Troy on the chat says, bias. Legal English says, you can't do that. And Plasma Wolf says it's rigged. Well, guess what, fuckers? This is my circus, baby. You're just sticky seats. Okay, next up, we got Lena R. Letter 4. She burned down a data center. No people inside, just servers running predictive software that flag neighborhoods to get visits, air quotes again, folks, visits from government-sanctioned guns up. Dude, spray them fuckers. One of those neighborhoods contained a foster kid she loved. Seems she watched the building burn. She writes, I stayed longer than necessary. I liked how clean the flames were. You're sick, baby, but I like it. That line rattles the chat. Firewall Dad says, arsonist. Codebreaker says, fucking hero. Urban Theory says, property isn't people. Well, dudes, she'd fostered 8 kids. 3 left, 1 overdosed, and 1 stabbed her during a psychotic break. And guess what? Bitch visited him anyway in the hospital. Votes are in. 50.8. She wins. Helpful. Come on, chat. Why the silence? Okay, letter 5. Elliot. Oh, Elliot. This is bad, dude. It's just paper. Elliot never helped or hurt anyone. He sat back and watched co-workers harass interns. He watched a neighbor get beaten. He watched a drunk driver stagger into their car, and he did nothing. He didn't sign the petition. He didn't say that's not funny. Dude didn't even make eye contact when only eye contact would have been enough. He was like a fucking waiting room. He thought neutrality was safety. Well, my boy, the only thing necessary for the triumph of evil is for good men to do fuck all. Chat doesn't even argue with me. 22%. Dude loses. Nobody defends him. That silence is fucking surgical. Okay, we're here, folks. Letter 6. Buckle up. Strap in. It's the one you've been waiting for. Oh, I remember how it felt. I did. The first time cruelty got a laugh. Not a polite chuckle. Not a nervous exhale. A real one. Full-bodied. Uncontrolled. Fucking hit like a drug. That first time that I mocked a caller's stutter and I watched the live subscriber count tick upward in real fucking time. Plus 12, plus 37, plus 104. I remember staring at the numbers instead of the waveform of his voice, intoxicated by my fucking ratings. The first sponsor who pulled me aside after a show and said, "Push harder, dude. Outrage is what drives our listenership." He said it like advice, like mentorship, like I'd been invited into the club. Ha ha. Oh, chat, you're going fucking crazy. Cell phone time, says Drama Llama. Cry for us, Venom Child. Dance, clown, dance, says Cash App Priest. Well, let's keep going, folks. I list moments. The old man who called in asking for help after losing a child. You remember the one that I humiliated for mispronouncing a word. I replayed that fucking clip for emphasis. I slowed it down. I even added a fucking helium effect. That teenager that I told to toughen up who left the call only to re-emerge weeks later with his own letter to be judged. I didn't recognize the name, but I did recognize that fucking tone. It was smaller. It was careful. Well, guess what? I fucking read it anyway. The guy who'd just been laid off after 23 years at the same factory. He said he felt useless. I told him maybe the company had finally agreed. I let the laugh track roll longer than necessary. You see, I told myself that I was sharpening people, that I was toughening them. I was stress testing ideas. I told myself that I was holding a mirror to society, but I just angled it for better fucking lighting. And then the numbers climbed. I felt vindicated, not cruel, correct. And every time the numbers climbed, damn. Oh, the votes are tanking. 19, 14, 11. And the fucking vultures are circling. You loved it, said Cold Mercy. Don't pretend this is new, says Irony Addict. You cash the checks, says Audit Trail. 8%. There were moments, small ones. After the laughter faded, after the outro music rolled, when the studio felt too quiet. I'd sit there with the mic still warm and I'd wonder why my chest felt heavy. Why I needed the next show to start immediately and why that silence felt dangerous. Because if I stopped talking, I could hear it. Not their voices, mine. I knew when I crossed lines. I just renamed them. Satire, accountability, free speech. Just jokes, folks. Every monster has a glossary, and I built mine carefully. I don't think I ever meant to hurt anyone, but it was a drug. Votes freeze at 8%. And now, for the first time all night, I don't really argue with a number. Chat, you're still going. You're trash, says Cold Mercy. You built this, says Irony Addict. Say it. You're the villain, says Halo Hunter. Oh, spare me. You think you're better? You're here. You click. You clip. You share the worst moments and you pretend it's fucking commentary. You don't want morality. You want blood. You're just vultures feeding on the despair of others. You absolute dopamine addicts. You moral fucking tourists. You would live stream a drowning if the lighting was fucking good. You made me. No, you didn't make me. We enabled each other. Yep. Votes lock at 8%. I lose. This is Gabe. Still here. Both jailer and prisoner. Well, sayonara fucktards. I'll see you on the other side.
The signal falters, thins, and our narrative relinquishes its shape, dissolving once more into the waiting hum. Tell me, did you sense it? That subtle tremor of recognition, a phantom familiarity brushing the edges of memory. Deja vu is not always repetition. Sometimes it's remembrance. Sometimes dispatches from the outer rim of evolution and imagination where instinct and intellect converge in uneasy congress. Out here frequencies are not confined to air. They drift across the abyss. Keep your dial receptive, and should you find yourself gazing into the static, do exercise restraint. It has been known to gaze in return